Nobody wins when the family feels.
This coming June will be 19 years.
19 years. And no one thought we would make it 19 years. They probably didn't think we would make it 19 days.
I didn't think we would make it 19 days at first. After the wedding, it was rough.
We tell people we've been happily married for 11 years together, because it's so important how everything could blend together and just become a big blur. And you need that time to pour into your spouse, for your spouse to pour into you, and even an opportunity just for you to celebrate, love on, and appreciate each other. So it's an opportunity to minister to each other. What would you say?
Well, I would say like this. I like the way you use the word blur. You have to be able to separate your bride from God's bride.
That's a good answer.
And the Lord is going to take care of his. So I like it when back daddy takes care of his.
And I takes care of mine. With the help of the Holy Ghost.
Amen.
It was involving a female shooting male who was constantly approaching her in an aggressive manner.
You know what they say, fam. What's done in the dark always come to the light. Fam, today we're going to Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, where reports that a popular pastor was shot and killed outside a South Memphis bar, and apparently a woman was arrested. But I want to start this video off a little different. Look at this mugshot. Now, this is the mugshot of the woman who admitted to pulling the trigger, who we'll later identify in the story. But check out this grin. If we read facial expressions, what would that facial expression say to you? Now, I probably know what you're thinking, but hold that thought. This pastor is married, and that's not his wife. And according to people close to the situation, this woman was just fed up. Today we go over this story, disclose all public details, pay our respects to the pastor, talk about his career, where he preached at, and also briefly about his family, at least what's being presented to the public. So before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no anger. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. It's important to know that none of us is perfect. None of us is above the next person. Fam, meet Pastor Ricky Floyd, and this is his wife, Sheila Floyd. She's the co-pastor. He's the pastor of Pursuit of God Transformation Center in Memphis, Tennessee. They also the co-founder and vice president of Salvation Revelation Ministries Incorporation, a 501c3 not-for-profit outreach ministry. They were an 11th family who gave back to the community in different ways for decades. They were and still are a staple to the community. 12 years ago, they did a rare interview talking about some of the things they did for the community, like hosting workshops for teen pregnancy and different outlets they provided for the youth. And they briefly talked about during that time they had over 100 participants, largely from an ex-gang member who found Jesus while he was incarcerated and managed to get over 70 youth to sign up alongside the help of his mother. Shout out to her. Check out the clip.
Registration starts at 8, it's over at 5, but it's a one-stop shop.
One-stop shop. So Pursuit of God Church, and we're talking about the Single Parents Conference that they have going on July 21st. So joining us now is their youth outreach minister, and that's Ms. Venetia.
Well, planning for our future, we'll do some talks about college and preparing for that. For our younger kids, we'll do some talks about getting ready to enter high school, in the upcoming school year. So we have a big day planned for them.
Yeah, and this part of the conference actually starts Friday. At what time Friday
It starts on Friday at 5:30, so we'll go from 5:30 to 9 p.m. and then we'll reconvene on Saturday morning from 9 to 12:30. Because we've partnered with Labana Healthcare on this, and it's a 6-hour curriculum. So we want them to get the full 6 hours, not 3, not 5, 15. We want them to get the full 6-hour experience because it's very important and very helpful for them.
Yeah, and because of the partnership with Labana that we have with Labana, we're able to give each one of the children that participate in this, we're able to give them a $20 gift certificate and also 2 passes to the movie. So we're gonna pay you to let us teach you.
See, I was asking that in my mind, like, well, how in the world are you able to get 130-some kids to a conference on a weekend?
Loretta, this is an interesting thing. We have a young man that just joined our ministry that is a former gang member of one of the most notorious gangs in this city. While in prison, he found Jesus for real, and a lot of times people let him go when they get out of prison. He kept the Jesus that he found in prison, and this young man has registered, how many, Venetia?
He's registered 70.
70.
So a former gang member, call his name out. Now we're not going to get into trouble. But anyway, a former gang member has led 70 young people to register for a conference to be taught about abstinence to avoid teen pregnancy.
And the awesome thing with that is he had the assistance of his mother. His mother went into her neighborhood as well, her apartments, and got young people to sign up as well. So they tag team.
And if I remember correctly, his mother has 11 children.
I believe she has 12 or 13 children.
So she sees what the challenges has caused her being firsthand a single parent, and she's giving back to the community by aiding her and her son. You know, what an interesting story. A mother of 13 children and a gang member being the most productive and leading people back to this.
So how can...
So as you can see, fam, this couple has been doing big things for the community for decades. Fast forward to the second week of March in 2025. And Miss Sheila's life would change forever. Wednesday, March 12, 2025, the Memphis Police Department said officers were called to a shooting scene at 855 Kentucky Street just before 1:20 a.m. They said a man was found dead in the street between Eagle Distributing Company and Mommas Bar and Grill. The bar owner, Eric, said the shooting took place in the street and not the bar's parking lot. Pastor Floyd was deceased on the scene, losing his life at just 58 years old. May he rest in peace. I love condolences to his family. Apparently it was an altercation that started inside the bar and spilled outside to the street. 2 women was involved. Only one was identified. That woman was later identified as Samantha Marion, 42 years old. She was charged with voluntary manslaughter and being held on a $100,000 bail while pleading not guilty. Now, much details wasn't released about their relationship, if any, and the details about what happened in the bar, except a cell phone of Samantha's was thrown on the floor by the pastor, and that's when allegedly all hell broke loose. But before we continue on that, I want you guys to check out what people were saying on social media. People close, allegedly, to this pastor and Samantha. One person wrote, "That man been messing with Sam for years. She wasn't no secret. He even blacked her eye one time. These pastors who y'all give y'all money to break y'all necks on Sunday mornings to run up in a church to listen to that foolishness. Trust, his wife wasn't in the dark about nothing. Now excuse they grammar." Now I also want to point out, on the pastor's social media, his last social media post had the words, "Every tough conversation does not have to be," despite who that lady was, to that pastor, he shouldn't have lost his life like that. But we don't know really what happened that led up to that situation. It's more developed, I keep you guys updated. But nonetheless, we do want to say, once again, Pastor Ricky, rest in peace, and love and condolences to your family. We send our love and prayers your way. Fam, this was the story of a Memphis pastor being gunned down at a local bar in the middle of the night by a woman who he allegedly had a relationship with, according to people on social media, who's allegedly close to the situation. Let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And today, I'll catch you guys on the next one.